Bart just turned around, and I've had a lot of players on our set this week, Bart, who've been put off by the way the coach has talked about this. What about that didn't you like?
It's cringeworthy, right? Because he says we want to work in step, or I forgot how he
said forthright.
Forthright with the medical staff. Well, how do you know the forthright information is coming back from the medical staff? Obviously, something was wrong, something was missed, and you talk about I don't want to put a player at risk. Football is about putting yourself at risk. And they took a gamble. They thought, okay, if we put him back in the game, maybe he won't, get hurt on a short week. They put him at risk. And Teddy Two Gloves is good enough of a quarterback that it's not that big of a drop-off. Some will argue that Teddy Two Gloves is a better quarterback at this point in his career. It's all about risk. You talk about Tua taking a risk. I just don't like the communication and act like they didn't know, they were unaware that he had tremendous damage.
All right, so we're going to leave that part of it for the moment. Dan was telling us earlier there is an investigation into this that is being conducted by the NFL and the Players Association into how all that was handled. There might be some results from that today. If there are, obviously, we will have them. In the meantime, let's spin it forward if we can for this team. They got off to an unbelievably good start down there in South Florida, Mike T. That feels like a very long time ago. They go play a Jets team that has a little momentum on their side this week with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. We're going to put the picks up there on the screen. How do you see it this weekend for the Dolphins in New York?
I like the Jets. It should be a close, low-scoring game. You have two teams that have really good front sevens. Two teams whose each respective offensive line is dealing with a lot of injuries. And because the Jets are at home, and look how Zach Wilson drove their team in the fourth quarter against Pittsburgh on the road. I just like Zach Wilson a little bit more than Teddy Bridgewater in what should be a low-scoring game.
Dan Graziano, your face, folks at home couldn't see it, but you were quite stunned to see all that green on the screen.
I did not think I'd be alone with this pick, that's for sure. Look, maybe I haven't thought enough about this game. I do like the Jets more than I think a lot of people do this year in terms of their roster and the caliber of players they have. I think the Dolphins have a little bit more.
You're close to the situation, Bart, with the Jets. A lot of this is an energized fan base. Believe me, I hear from them every single day. This would be a big win for the Jets. Last week was a big win. This game against this division rival that has got off to this very hot start, even without their quarterback, this would feel like a real affirmation of what the Jets are doing if they pull it off on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, you talk about bringing some of those receipts and starting to cash them in and ask for the rebates back. You talk about, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed. I think really we don't talk about this duel at the cornerback position. I think they match up well. Yes, of course, they don't have the speed to keep up, but I think the fact that Miami doesn't particularly run the ball well allows this front seven to stop the run with a light box, allows them to apply a lot of their resources. And then Zach Wilson, right, really starting to come of age and really started to show that some of the offseason work he did with his receivers are starting to pay dividends in the communication that he could potentially be a franchise quarterback. He showed it in Pittsburgh, a tough environment.
I'm curious if Miami starts to use the running backs a little bit more with Teddy there, because they did invest in that position in the offseason, and they're paying those guys a lot of money. I'm curious to see if they change a little bit.
Let me take a quick time out here. We're going to change the subject completely coming up. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.